Hello and welcome back to another tutorial of ZBrush Basics. In this tutorial I'm going to cover the layer panel where you can use the layers. So using layers in ZBrush is quite similar as you use in other software like Photoshop and Maya, but here there are some differences that I'm going to cover. So the layer panel and using layer in ZBrush it saves you a lot of time because you can do a lot of changes and revisions. You can turn off and turn on any changes that you made on the layers. So basically using layer, it makes your workflow non-destructive and you can work very well in this. So we'll start working on the layer and let's get started. So I opened my project and I have started adding the details, but from here I want to use layers so that I can control the amount of details I'm using, and I can reiterate them again and again. So you have to just go to the tool panel and simply scroll down and come to the layer panel. So there will be the layers. So you need to create on this plus icon to create one layer, and by default this layer will be on the record mode. So whatever you do now in this model is going to be recorded, and you can simply change the visibility. You can toggle on and off the visibility of layer. You can also change the intensity of the layer. So let's see like how I'm going to adding the information. So first I will rename the layer. I will just give it skin details, and now I will start adding some details. So for example, I have added the details in the eyelids, but now I want to add wrinkles. So I'll start creating some wrinkles. So I'm just adding the wrinkles to give you the idea that how effectively you can manage layers and take many iterations and take clients feedback, and this saves a lot of your time. So as you see, I have added some fine details, and I want to just check that how actually I can just go back. So while working on the complex character, sometimes it is not easy to go back on the history and start over again. So either you have to create the backup copies and work on them, so that takes a lot of efforts and time. So here I am going to just use this panel. Will add some volume, in order to get you just so I can correct the shape. I can change any details. I will add some more volume here. Some more volume need to become here. And now I have, as you've seen, that I have added enough amount of information that actually I want to see. So say for example, now I have created this character and I present it to the client, and client suggests me some changes. So let's say for example, client said that he don't want to see these wrinkles. Instead, client want some cut here on the one side. So you can simply turn it off, and then you can simply turn on and off the visibility. So you can just toggle on and off. So that's how actually you can create variation. You can show multiple variations on the same model without duplicating them and increasing the size of the file. So in another way, if you want to do it, so you have to duplicate the model again and again to create number of variations, and that actually increase the polygon count, and that eventually it also makes your ZBrush files heavy, and it becomes quite difficult to handle file that has some more than a lot of millions of polygons. So that's why it is advisable that you work on the layer. Now the thing is that when you have layer, so you cannot actually sculpt directly on that. So once you have started working on the layer, you have to activate this layer. So right now this layer is not on the record mode, so I will click on it and it will come into record mode, and now I can add the more details. So I would like to add some more fine details. I would just move this. I will move, and I will move this eye section a bit more outside to give it more prominence. I will broaden this chin area. I will smooth these some details that is not very much good looking. So here now I can actually go back again, start again. So as you can see, I'm just adding I'm adding the eyebrows. So I'm just sculpting directly into it. I can actually also add as a subtool, but I would prefer to work on that. I will also add, go and click on the IMM tool, IMM brush, and here okay, so this is one update. So when you are using layer in any object, you cannot use the IMM tool. So now you can do some more changes, but use the standard brushes. That's more handy. The reason is that while in working on the layer mode, it is recording everything. So adding a new object actually confuse the ZBrush that what it should record, and because these are two different objects joined together and that have totally different history. So I'll go and click on the clay buildup to get some more prominent details. To just give you an idea, as I'm working on the I'm working on the Dynamesh, so it is quite easy for me to Dynamesh it. So I'm just going to add the the beard, so I just made a selection and I'm going to sculpt it up. So because right now my main objective is not to go very very perfect and not to create very accurate geometry, but I just want to add the rough forms to give create the concepts and create the variations in it. So I have made a selection. I will just invert it by pressing Ctrl and click outside the object, and now here I can actually sculpt the mustache and the beard. So this comes very handy while you are creating sketches and concepts that are quite rough and want to present it to the client, and you have very short turnaround time. So this is a very efficient way of working. So I've added the beard, I'll just extend a bit up so that it gives a more natural look. I think I will pull it a bit down, so I will use a move brush and pull it a bit of down. So to add finer details, again I will click and select the dam standard and will create some some demarcation so that my beard looks a bit prominent. To add some more detail, I can add some so and as you can see, I'm consistently working on this without getting worried that I may have to go back, and I can actually simply click on it and I will change some details, like add more wrinkles into it. I'm just adding details very loud so that to just give you the demonstration that how you can add the information and you can add it, and the most important is you can control it as per you will. So like here I can clearly make a demarcation and separate the mustache from the lip. I'll make lip a bit more prominent. We'll make this lip a more from it like this. Right, so now you can see I can simply stop recording mode, and now I can simply go down on the layer panel. Okay, where is the layer? Yep. So you can see this is still in recording mode. So make sure you click on the recording mode, otherwise whatever information you have kept on the model will not be recorded and will not be editable. So now I can turn off the recording mode, and I can simply turn off and turn on, so I can toggle the visibility of the details I have painted in this layer. So, and by using multiple layers you can actually create a very highly detailed character, and you can also create the skin details. So for example, if you want to add some details here, now I have subdivided it, and now I'm going to create another layer. So now I'm going to create another layer, and I will name this layer to pose. Okay, excuse me. So I will name this layer to skin pose, and now this layer is in recording mode. Now I can simply turn on the visibility of this layer and turn on the recording mode. Now here, now in this stage I can add the skin pose. So I'll click on the standard brush, and I will click on the spray and click fine alpha 23, and we'll add some skin pose. As you can see, I can just add the details. I'm just reducing the Z intensity to get far more better information. You can simply control how your model will look like, how your character can look like. You can simply just by adding the details, you can add the skin pose. You can also add the wrinkles. So basically, if you want to add some random wrinkles, you can simply add here. So you can use a combination of, I am smoothing my brush to get realistic skin folds, because the skin is not uniform. It has a lot of small wrinkles. On the lip side, on the other side. I will also add the same fiber details also by using the same techniques. Keep in mind, it is to remember that this is a very short notice model. So basically you created this in roughly half an hour, and that's all. So basically the objective of this tutorial is just to show you the power of layers, that how you can use them efficiently. I'm turning off this layer recording mode, and now you can see my layer mode is off, and now I can turn on the visibility of individual layer, so I can see how my skin pores and skin details will look like when my character won't have these secondary details, and when I click on the secondary details like beard and some wrinkles, how does it will look like. So in this way you can use add multiple layers and control the details of your character very efficiently. So it will become quite easy, so that you can do a lot of iterations without making your file heavy or big, without saving multiple number files. So that's it for this video, and somehow this video helped you. So make sure to give it a like and subscribe the channel so that you can receive all the upcoming tutorials. Don't forget to click on the bell icon so that you get the notification whenever I upload a new tutorial. So that's it for now, and thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in the next video.